Good morning, students. This is part 20 of our chapter Human Digestive System, and in previous video we have studied about the internal structure of liver, and in today's video we will study about the another important digestive gland that is known as pancreas. So first of all, I want to tell you that pancreas is considered as the second largest gland of our body. You know, students, very well that liver is the first largest gland of our body, means human body, and the second largest gland, if we talk about the second largest gland, that is known as pancreas. So students, always remember that pancreas is considered as the second largest gland of our body. Come to the next point, that if we talk about the location of the our pancreas, so it is located below the diaphragm as the liver located. This is the same position in the reference of diaphragm, so it is located below the diaphragm. And if we talk about the exact position of our diaphragm, our pancreas, that is, it is located between the arms of duodenum. Between the arms of duodenum, we mean the arms of the duodenum here, that we know very well that when we have studied about the small intestine, the first part is known as duodenum, and duodenum is a U-shaped structure. We know very well that the duodenum is a which type of structure? U-shaped structure. You can see in the diagram here that it is a U-shaped structure. The smallest part of small intestine, that is known as duodenum. And duodenum, if we talk about the shape of duodenum is the U-shaped structure. You can see here. And if we divide this structure into two arms, we can say in simple words that is the one arm of duodenum and this is the another arm of duodenum. So if we look at the angle of sight, so we can say this is the right arm of duodenum and this is the left arm of duodenum. So our pancreas is located between both the arms of duodenum. So this is located between the right arms of duodenum and left arm of duodenum. Between these two arms, our pancreas is located. Our pancreas is situated. So this is the right location, this is the right position of our pancreas. Students must remember, if we talk about the location in reference to stomach, so it is found below the stomach as the liver is founded. So it is located below the diaphragm, below the stomach, and in between the arms of duodenum. In simple mean, you can see here in the diagram, this is the exact location of our pancreas. Come to the next point. If we talk about the color of this gland, so students, it is the pink color gland. It is a light pink color gland. Sometimes it looks quite white, but the exactly color, we talk about the exactly color, so it is a pink color gland. Clear in color? It is which color? Pink color. So students, it is a pink color glands. Come to the next point. If we talk about the weight of these glands, so students, we must know and we know very well that the exact weight of liver may be 1 kg to 1.5 kg, means 1.5 kg. But the weight of pancreas, so pancreas is very light in weight. You noticed here that our pancreas is a very light color gland, light weighty gland. So the weight of these glands may be 50 to 85 gram only. Students, if we talk about the weight of this gland, so it is very lightweight gland and the weight of this gland may be 50 to 85 gram. In simple word, the average weight in adults, aggregate weight of these glands may be 60 kg. If we talk about the 50 and 85 average, so the average may be 60 gram of these glands. So the average weight of pancreas may be 60 gram. So students, we talk about the weight of these glands. Come to the next point. So I have already discussed that the length of this glands, because it have considered as a length. Clear students? We will in previous video we have not discussed about the length of our liver, because liver is a bilobed structure, it is a lobular structure, but it is a straightforward structure, so it is having a length of 15 centimeters. So we talk about the length of pancreas, it is maybe 15 centimeter in adults. So this is the length of pancreas. Okay students, come to the next point. And students, now we will talk about an important topic, an important thing related to our pancreas, that pancreas is considered as the heterocrine gland. It is not only considered exocrine glands, and it is not considered as it is not only considered as exocrine glands, but also it is considered endocrine glands. So if this is the mixed type of gland, this is the mixing type of glands, so it is considered as heterocrine glands. It is also considered mixed glands. Why? Because some part of pancreas is secrete enzymes, most of part of pancreas is secreted enzyme, and and less part of pancreas is secreted hormones. So we know very well that if any gland secrete hormones, that is considered endocrine gland, and if any gland secrete enzymes as secretions, it is considered as exocrine glands. So students, it is the nature of this gland's nature of pancreas may be heterocrines, not only maybe, it is a heterocrine gland. Which types of gland? Heterocrine type of glands. Sometimes it is many times, not only sometimes, many times in board examinations ask name any two heterocrine glands. So first gland of heterocrine major gland is pancreas, and second one is we know that the ovary as in our reproductive system, male reproductive system, the glands found in male reproductive systems are also in heterocrine in nature. So there are multiple examinations of these types of glands. So focus on these glands, that it is considered as the heterocrine glands. Must be noticed, students. Clear, students? So we will talk about the heterocrine. So we must know that it is of two types. It have two portions. First one is exocrine portions, which exocrine portions secrete enzymes as a secretion. So exocrine portions is also known as acini portion. It is also known as acini portion in the reference of pancreas. So exocrine portion of pancreas is also known as acini portion of pancreas, and endocrine portion is also known as hormonal portion of pancreas. So students, exocrine is considered as acini portion, and it makes approx 99% of pancreas. It covers the 99% volume of pancreas. Which portion? Exocrine portion, which is also known as acini portion. So it covers approx 99% part of pancreas, and we know very well that it contains digestive enzymes. We are talking about the human digestive systems. So what is the role of exocrine portions? Exocrine portions contains some digestive juices, and in digestive juices there are many digestive enzymes are found. Clear, students? So it contains digestive enzymes. Come to the next point. That second portions, which makes only, it consumes only 1% part of pancreas. So this portion is called endocrine portions. And these portions, if we talk about these portions looks like a islets. These portions of which portions? Exocrine portion of pancreas looks like a islets, and it was discovered by a scientist that is known as Langerhans. So these portions have some different types of cells. and these cells are commonly looks like a islets. So this portion is known as islets of Langerhans, and this portion makes only 1% of whole pancreas. Clear, students? And Langerhans discovered these types of cells and these portions in the year of 1869. Must be noticed, students. Please, students. So I am talking about that. I want to tell you that the endocrine portions contains a cluster of cells. I have already talked about that the portions of endocrine in pancreas, it contains different several types of cells, and these cells looks like a cluster of cells. So this is a cluster, this is a bunch of cells. So in this bunch of cells, this cluster of cells, four types of cells are found, and first cell is known as alpha cells. Clear, students? And it makes 15 to 25% of this portion, islets of Langerhans. And second types of cells are known as beta cells. This is the symbol of beta. Clear, students? So I write here, I have written here only symbol. So these cells are known as beta cells. It makes the huge part of this islets. It makes 60 to 65% part of this portion. And the third types of cells are known as delta cells. And that makes only 10% of this portion. And last types of cells which was discovered in recent years, that are known as PP cells. PP, pancreatic polypeptide cells. The full form of PPT cells, that pancreatic polypeptide cells. And what is they max only 0.2%, 0.1% part of islets of Langerhans. Though they are present in a small quantity. So sometimes in many books it was not mentions these types of cells, but these are actually found in some textbook. You can, if you read some books, you can see these types of cells. And what is the role of these types of cells? They help in the absorption of food in intestine. In intestine, some special types of food are absorbed by PP cells. So one by one we will study. So first one is alpha cells, and alpha cells made 15 to 25% of this criteria, this area. Clear, students? And one more important thing, that alpha cells produce an important hormone that is known as glucagon hormone. Must be noticed, student, what I said, that alpha cells produce very important hormone that is known as glucagon hormone. And it was discovered by two scientists, that is known as Kimball. First scientist is named as Kimball, and second one is known as Madeline. Second scientist named Madeline and Kimball. Both the scientists discovered this hormone. Clear, students? And what is the role of this hormone? The role of this hormone, that this hormone convert extra glycogen into glucose when there is a lack of glucose occurs in our blood. At that time, this glucagon hormone secreted by alpha cells, and this hormone act on extra glycogen, and it is converted this glucagon hormone into glucose in liver. So when in our blood there is a lack of sugar, lack of glucose, at that time this types of cells secrete this hormone, and this hormone act on extra glycogen stored in our liver, and this glycogen converted into glucose by this hormone. Clear, friends? Okay. So this is the role of alpha cells. Come to the next types of cells, that is known as beta cells. It forms 60 to 65% of islets of Langerhans part. Clear, students? And it was discovered by Banting and Best. also two scientists which discovered this hormone that is known as insulin. This is another important hormone. And what is the role of glucose? Glucose act just opposite of glucagon hormone. Means what the role of glucagon? Glucagon convert glycogen into glucose, and when in our blood sometimes the blood sugar get reached, the amount of blood sugar get reached, and that time it is consumed more time, and it is converted in a disease that is known as diabetes mellitus. What is the diabetes mellitus? It is a disease caused by to increasing the blood sugar level in our blood. That is the condition. This condition is considered a disease that is known as diabetes mellitus. So students, what is the role of insulin hormone? Insulin hormone is secreted by beta cells. Sometimes our beta cells are not work properly, and they secrete a low amount of insulin. At that time in our blood, the level of glucose get increased. At that time level of glucose get increased, and this conditions get remains for a long time. That is after long time it is converted into a disease that is known as diabetes mellitus. So students, what is the role of insulin? Insulin plays very important role. It converted extra glucose which is found in our blood. It is converted extra glucose into glycogen, so the quantity of sugar get decreased. Clear students? So this is the role of insulin in our body. Clear students? Come to the next point, that is known as delta cells. Clear students? And delta cells secrete a very important hormone that is known as somatostatin. What is the name of this hormone? Somatostatin. And what is the role of somatostatin? Somatostatin controls the secretion of both types of hormones, which is released by alpha cells and beta cells. Clear students? So it is controls both the types of secretions. Insulin, if the insulin hormone get secreted in extra large amount at that time, this hormones controls the secretions of this hormone. And sometimes glycogen hormone is increased in our blood. At that time it controls and regulates somatostatins, so it inhibit both types of hormones and start regulating both types of hormones. So somatostatin controls the both types of hormones, both types of secretions. Clear students? And last one, I have already discussed about that, so there is no need to discuss again. So students, this is the role of our endocrine system in our body. Clear students? What is we know very well. And here I have some diagram. I draw a diagram that is indicating these types of cells and positions of our cells. This is the microscopic view of these types of cells. So you can see here, that is the outer portion of pancreatic cells. Pancreas is known as outer portions, or surface portion is known as exocrine portion. It is also known as acidic portions. So outer cells are known as outer cells are including in exocrine portions. So exocrine portions, exocrine cells are located at the surface of pancreas. Clear students? And if we talk about the internal structure, microscopic view, the locations of these types of cells related to endocrine portions. Clear students? So surface cells are known as alpha cells, means alpha cells is located on the surface. Clear students? And after alpha cells, beta cells are located. In other words, we can say behind the alpha cells, beta cells are found, and behind the beta cells, delta cells are found. And in the center, which types of cells are found? PP cells, means pancreatic polypeptide cells. So this is the microscopic view of these kinds of endocrine cells. Clear students? So this is the basic and some internal descriptions of our pancreas. if some topics are getting remains, so we will and these topics are discussed in our upcoming videos. So students, keep watching. Thanks a lot for watching me. Thank you.